Last but not least, we need to think about generating a basic component report for our simple recap. So as usual, I've created a sequential drawing generating reports there. So we add that to the project first. So add active drawing. Say yes to applying the project default values. The reason we do that, obviously in this case, is when we are generating the report, we want to make sure that everything works. So we want to change our drawing properties. Sheet value goes to 7, like so, and I OK that. So that's all ready. And what we can do, rather than generate something like an XLS file or an MDB file, what we can do is we can generate our report and place it on our drawing instead. So let's do that now. Let's go to the Reports tab. We're not going to do a panel report. We're going to do a schematic report over here. You can tell, look, there's a panel symbol on that one. There's a wiring symbol on that one. So reports here in the schematic panel, like so. We're going to do a component report there. Category is schematic, and we're only doing it for the active drawing. We don't need to do it project-wide because there are other components in the project, but we only need to do it for this drawing, just for this particular exercise. Now, we're going to include components, cable markers, and connectors. We will also include children for the above components. We will also freshen the project database. Installation codes, all. Location codes, all. When I click on OK now, it'll ask us to save the drawing, which is OK. We'll do that. It means it updates all of the database behind the drawing. So there's our motor, our 3 relays, and our 3 fuses. The good thing is, because we've catalog dated those components, when we edited the components now, can you see all that information is coming through into the reports? You will only get report data if there is catalog data associated with the components on your drawing. So we're going to add some header and footer data, like so. Let's add all of that information there. The nice thing about that, look, it gives us all the information. Project lines, column labels, title line, and so on. Now, I'm not going to save this to a file. I'm going to put it on the drawing. So that takes me to another dialog box now. Column labels, I'm going to give them a label color. I'm going to make those a nice blue. And show labels on first section only. We're going to insert a new table. Make sure it is new and make sure it can be updated. Non-updatable will just give you a snapshot of what's there. It won't be able to be updated later on. Title, time, date, title line. So we've already got a lot of that already. I could include the project information if I wanted to. And we'll include the title line as well, and we'll give the title color red in this case. And it's on the layer miscellaneous, just so you know. You can change that layer. You might have a reports layer built into your drawing. Text and height and spacing, and I'll give that a yellow color on the table, like so. Column width it will calculate automatically. Borders it will calculate for me. First new section placement, I'm going to pick that on the drawing in this case, and I'm going to pick a point there, like that. I can easily move the table later if I need to. Row definition I can set up, rows for each section, ready to go. So if I click on OK now, it'll insert my table. And if I close now, you'll see that table is actually rather big. So it would need to perhaps go on a separate drawing. You can see that there. It's a very big table. So the text and the borders there need to be made smaller. So what I could do there is I can go back a step and just remove that and go back to my reports. Everything there, active drawing, we'll set all of that up again like so, and make sure that everything's okay there. It is a component report name. Let's go here and save the drawing. It'll update. There's the information again. So we're showing all of that information. So we'll add the header information again, like before. Now what we can do is we can squeeze the columns if we want to. If I just go to put on drawing though, I can define the widths of the columns if I want to. I'm not going to. It's remembered all the settings from last time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the text height and the spacing. So if I change the text height there to 0.25, quarter of an inch, and change that to say 0.5, that'll actually make things smaller from a column width viewpoint because it's calculating it all automatically. So if I click on OK now, and then close, you'll see that my table is actually smaller. Now, obviously, it's not going to fit on the drawing. So what I might do there is if I pan a little bit and zoom in, I can click on this table, and it is just a regular AutoCAD table. And what I can do is I can actually snap to that grip there and just drag it down, line it in underneath the drawing like that, hit escape to deselect, and that's much neater. And that's the sort of thing you would do. If I just do a zoom extents there now, There's the drawing that you can plot out. There's the table that you could actually put onto another drawing if you need to. But we've generated our report now. Our drawing is complete. We have now finished our simple recap.